We'd like to start the press conference by Minister Kamikawa. Minister, the floor is yours. I have 5 announcements. The first point. Should circumstances allow, I intend to visit India from August 19th up until the 21st in order to take part in Japan-India 2+2 Foreign Defense Ministerial Meeting. This will be the first visit to India after my appointment as the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan. Bearing in mind the exchanges we had at the Quad Foreign Ministerial meeting as well as Japan-India Foreign Ministerial meeting at the end of last month, in the visit this time, I'll be carrying out Japan-India Foreign Minister Strategic Dialogue with Dr. Jaishankar, the Minister of External Affairs of India, and hope to further deepen our discussions. At the upcoming Japan-India 2+2, the following 2 points will be issues that we'll focus upon. First is with regard to deepening of cooperation toward the realization of free and open Indo-Pacific FOIP. We intend to demonstrate our commitment to maintain and strengthen free and open international order based on rule of law. Second, we want to confirm the concrete direction for bilateral security and defense cooperation correction, such as progress in defense equipment and technological cooperation, as well as implementation joint training. Also, with regard to my meeting with Minister Dr. Jaishankar, we intend to further discuss Japan-India Special Strategic Global Partnership. Also, many Japanese companies see India not just as a consumer market, but also as a base for third country markets, especially toward Africa. In order to support such activities, we intend to designate officials in charge of cross-border economic affairs at the Japanese embassy in India. With this visit, I hope to hear directly from Japanese companies the challenges they face on the ground, and hope that we'll be able to reflect that in our strengthening of support for Japanese companies.
Next, the second item. As Ticket 9 is scheduled to be held in Yokohama in August next year, Ticket Ministerial Meeting as a preparatory meeting will be held in Tokyo on August 24th and 25th. This ministerial meeting will gather ministers from African countries and is going to be an important process to exchange views on issues and initiatives in countries and the region, including measures to realize economic growth, peace, and stability in Africa, while viewing connectivity, women, peace, and security, or WPS, as an important cross-dimensional approach. We will aim to further strengthen cooperation with African countries to lead the international community to cooperation through jointly creating innovative solutions for issues faced by the international community, particularly by Africa in the fields of society, peace, stability, and economy. Based on my own visit to Africa in April this year and opinions and insights gained through our outreach-type diplomacy exchanges with diplomatic missions in Tokyo from varying regions in Africa, we are going to accelerate the preparations towards TICAD ministerial meeting.
Third point. In 2004,
Central Asia plus Japan dialogue, first initiated by Japan in 2004, is commemorating its 20th anniversary this year. Tomorrow, the 9th of August, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida will attend the first summit meeting in Kazakhstan to further deepen partnership and reciprocal cooperation with 5 Central Asian countries that have been built so far. And for the Central Asia plus Japan dialogue, Mori Kaoru, author of Otoyome Gatari, a cartoon book featuring Central Asia, provided illustration designs which have been actively used in MOFA's PRs. This character designed based upon the national flags of Japan and the 5 Central Asian countries. As you can see here, a new character has been designed as a new illustration to commemorate featuring Central Asia, provide an she provided illustration designs which have been actively used. And Japan will serve as a catalyst for cooperation and development of 5 Central Asian countries, representing the vision of the Central Asia plus Japan dialogue. As MOFA, we are going to utilize this new illustration as well, commemorating the 20th anniversary of this dialogue, in order to further promote the Central Asia plus Japan further, based upon the illustration that has been used so far. And after the conclusion of this press conference, utilizing the website of MOFA as well as social media channels, we are going to publish these illustrations. Please have time to closely look at these in details.
Many of you will be visiting overseas for the summer vacation. Also, many people will be visiting overseas for business trips as well. That being the case, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are calling upon people to take safety measures in order that they will not be involved in incidents and accidents abroad. So, starting from Monday this week, I will be appearing in the same video with Passpokun, who is the passport character, and we'll be calling upon people to register with Tabireji and also to make sure that they avoid losing their passports. That video will be uploaded and disclosed at the Mr. Foreign Affairs SNS. That's all from my side. Correction, one more point. At the cabinet meeting this morning, personal decision related to senior officials of our ministry was adopted, and official announcement will be from August 20th. Director General of the European Affairs Bureau will be Mr. Kitagawa Katsuro, who is currently Director General for Disarmament, Non-Proliferation, and Science Department. And his successor will be Mr. Nakamura Kimitake, who is currently Deputy Director General for the Disarmament, Non-Proliferation, and Science Department, as well as the Deputy Director General for European Affairs Bureau. Also, International Legal Affairs Bureau will be Director General will be served by Mr. Kanai Masaki, who is currently the Coordinator for International Cultural Cooperation. And the successor will be Ms. Okano Yukio, who is also International Cooperation, Deputy Director for International Cooperation Bureau. And Mr. Nakamura Masayoshi, currently Director General of the European Affairs Bureau, and the current International Legal Affairs Bureau, Mr. Nakamura, will be appointed with the Cabinet Secretariat. Thank you. That is all.
If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Suzuki-san from Nihon Television, please. My name is Suzuki. I'm from Nihon Television. Thank you. On the 9th of August, there will be Nagasaki's Peace Memorial ceremony, and the Israeli ambassador is not invited. Therefore, other ambassadors to Japan have expressed their opinion not to attend the ceremony. Could you please give us your take? And G7 members, ambassadors expressed that Israel exhibiting the right to defend themselves and has been treated as if they were a Russia who is invading another country. So, what is the MOFA's take, and are you supporting this view as well? And from the Avon victims, and the American ambassador has expressed opinion not to attend the ceremony. It was disappointing. And on the 9th of this month, what kind of attitude are you going to show to the Avon victims in the meeting with them? And American Ambassador Ram Emanuel to Japan, and Julia Longbottom, British Ambassador to Japan, because the Israeli did not receive the invitation to the memorial service, they expressed the opinion not to attend the ceremony. And this ceremony itself has been hosted by the city of Nagasaki, and therefore we are not in a position to make any comment as the government regarding the attendance by the diplomatic missions from other countries. And in order to further promote the accurate understanding of the actual, the reality of the A bombing, it's the issue that has to be prioritized by us who are aiming to realize peace over generations and national borders. And tomorrow, regarding the meeting scheduled for tomorrow, we would like to express this opinion to A-bomb victims as well.
Next question, Nishiyama-san from Kyoto Press, please. Thank you. Nishiyama from Kyoto. I want to ask a related question, if I may. It's about part of the Hibakusha groups. for both Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They are saying that both representatives from Russia and Belarus should be invited. What are your thoughts about such remarks made by the Hibakusha groups? Thank you. With regard to the Nagasaki peace ceremony, who is to be invited as attendees will be decided by the host of the ceremony, which is Nagasaki City. So we are not in a position as the Japanese government to offer comment on this point.
Next question, Igarashi-san from NHK. This is Igarashi of NHK regarding the Nagasaki's peace memorial ceremony. Regarding those who have been invited for the ceremony, have you made any coordination with the city of Nagasaki at MOFA? And Hiroshima invited Israeli. Nagasaki decided not to invite Israeli. So what is your take because of on the reasons for the division of the opinions? And there may be the speculation that there will be some rift among the solidarity among G7 members because of this different approach. Could you please give us your take? In day-to-day communication with the city of Nagasaki, we have been making the administrative communication with the city of Nagasaki. And regarding this matter from the MOFA, we have been providing the explanation inclusive of the international situation. Anyhow, who should be invited to attend the Nagasaki Peace Memorial Ceremony? This is something that have been decided by the organizer, city of Nagasaki, and together with the other members of the G7, regarding various issues faced by international community, we are always keeping the close cooperation and communication in order to provide appropriate guidance. And this ceremony to be hosted by the city of Nagasaki, we do not believe that there will be any rift among the opinions of the G7 member countries. We do not have a concern, please.
Next question, Asahi Shimbun. Takashi from Asahi Shimbun. I would also like to ask about the ceremony in Nagasaki. Now the G7 nations, I understand that they have sent letters to the city of Nagasaki, and the letter indicated that they will not be able to send their representatives if Israel remains uninvited. Was the ministry already cognizant of such letters being sent? Did you know that such letters were already sent? And also, if that is the case, as these countries asked Nagasaki City to invite Israel, but the city of Nagasaki did not change their views. So what are your views about the fact that Nagasaki City has not changed their position on this matter? With regard to Nagasaki City, we have always enjoyed working level exchanges with the city of Nagasaki. And on this matter, the Minister of Foreign Affairs have also provided explanations about various matters, inclusive of the international situation. Now, with regard to the sending of the issue, with regard to the letters being sent, we are aware that such letters are being sent. However, we understand that these letters were sent by the ambassadors of G7 countries, excluding Japan, to the city of Nagasaki. So that being the case, I think we're not in a position to offer any more comments as the Japanese government. I believe there's one matter. The speaker is not using the microphone. We're not able to hear. We're not able to listen to the view. We're not able to listen to the speaker. She's not using the microphone. With regard to the ceremony, this is an event being hosted by the city of Nagasaki, and coordination with regard to attendees from the diplomatic corps is being done between Secretary of Nagasaki and the diplomatic corps here in Japan. That is our understanding. Again, on a day-to-day basis, with regard to Nagasaki City and the diplomatic corps, we've been carrying out working level exchanges, but I cannot disclose any further details beyond this point. Thank you.
Pan Orient News, Azahari-san, please.
Thank you. Azari, Pan Orient News. I will remain on Hiroshima-Nagasaki issue. I understand, Minister, that you said the cities are responsible, for the invitations, not the Japanese government. However, if the Japanese government is concerned now that the G6 countries who are supporting Israel that is accused of genocide by the ICC, genocide similar to what happened to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So are you concerned that they're politicizing the peace ceremonies in Hiroshima and Nagasaki will damage the legacy of these two cities and also damage their decades-long struggle and promotion for eliminating the nuclear weapons? Thank you.
These peace memorial ceremonies being held in Hiroshima and Nagasaki are respectively hosted by Hiroshima City and Nagasaki City. Therefore, we at the government are not in a position to make any comments. But above all, as a general thing, if I may, next year we'll commemorate the 80th anniversary after A bombing, and the mean average year of the A bomb victims is going to exceed 85 years old. Therefore, the reality of the A bombing needs to be communicated down to the next generations. And we, who are aiming for realization of the peace, believe that this is something that we needed to prioritize and tackle. And going forward, Japan will continue to be the only A-bomb victim country. Therefore, in order to further hands down the accurate understanding of the reality of A-bombing over generations and over national borders. Next question, please.
Murakami-san from GG Press, please. Thank you, Murakami from GG. I would ask about the Middle East situation, if I may. According to the national media in Iran, I understand that acting former First Minister, Mr. Baghdadi, has said that there is no option aside from legitimate rights, execution rights regarding invasion and aggression. With this is regard to the assassination of Mr. Hania, the supreme leader of Hamas in Tehran, I would like to ask this. I believe is and also the acting deputy minister has cited the possible retaliation against Israel. What do you think about the self-defense rights of Iran? And also, how do you think about the rising tensions in the Middle East situation? Yes, with regard to the comments made by acting foreign minister of Iran, Mr. Baghdadi's comments. As far as we're concerned, we are monitoring the current Middle East situation with grave interest and concerns. It's very difficult to have total grasp of the actual factual matters on the ground. So I would like to refrain from making a definitive evaluation of the situation at this juncture. But in any event, it is important that we avoid exchange of attacks between the various parties. It is important that we stabilize the situation. As far as Japan is concerned, we will maintain and carry out diplomatic efforts in conjunction with various countries, in order to prevent further worsening and escalation of the situation. And also, it is important that we do our very best to maintain the secure safety of Japanese nationals in these countries.
Imai-san from Hokkaido Shimbun newspaper. Imai of Hokkaido Shimbun newspaper. Thank you for this opportunity. Regarding the Japanese former people detained in Siberia after the aggression by Russia into Ukraine, but the activities to gather remains of the Japanese have been suspended, and therefore material collection activities have been suspended as well. And earlier, in order to resolve this issue of the detention of the Japanese people in the past during the war between Japan and the Russia government, in order to resume the activities, what kind of diplomatic activities and initiatives you are working on in order to resume this activity? Regarding the work to gather the remains of Japanese in Russia, whenever it becomes possible to resume, such resumption will be done in a prompt and a smooth manner through collaboration with MHLW and at MOFA. We are working on this. more concretely through collaboration with MHLW in order to resume the gathering of the remains of Japanese and also the provision of materials related to those who detained in Russia and died. And we are continuing to request that from Russia. At MOFA, we would like to continue our appropriate response to that.
We'd like to conclude the press conference here at this juncture. Thank you very much for your attendance today.